Okay, here in the article, we're starting right away to find out what's happening and where it is. It says, every Christmas, the town of Gävle, Sweden, celebrates with its own special tradition. Now, I doubt they're putting up like little Santa Clauses everywhere like my mom does, but let's find out what they're doing.
All right, so the article says this would be with a giant straw goat which towers over the city from December to January. Wow, so there's a big goat made of straw. So straw, the noun, is dried stalks of grain, which is usually used for packaging or weaving. So we can have a straw basket or we can have straw hats. So these are the hats that many people wear, like sun hats on vacation. So in Asia, we have straw mats. A lot of people sleep on them because they're cooler for the hot summer days.
Interesting. You know what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, straw mattresses, actually. So example sentence, after cleaning the barn, the farmer had some pieces of straw in her hair. Ooh,
cool new hairstyle. All right, well, now I've learned something new about the straw mats in Taiwan. That's pretty cool to learn about. Now, we said that this giant straw goat is towering over the city. Now, we see the word tower here, and it's usually we know it as a noun, as like a tall, very tall building, but here we used it as a verb. And when we use it as a verb, we often combine it with the word over. Now, when something towers over another thing, we're just saying that it is a lot taller than the things around it, and it kind of is, you kind of think of it as looking down over the things around it.
Yeah. All right, so the next part of the article says the display's creation was influenced by Scandinavian fables in which the animal helps Santa Claus.
Okay.
Wow, so we have a lot of words here. Scandinavian is the Swedish and the Norwegian, Northern European countries. And we have the word fable, which is a short story, usually with some animals as characters. The story is meant to teach us a moral lesson.
Right.
So fables are told to children to teach them about life. So, for example, the famous Aesop fables, we have 伊索寓言 that we might know about, is the tortoise and the hare. So 龟兔赛跑的故事. So this is about a turtle who wins the race rather than the rabbit. Even though the rabbit is really fast, rabbit spend too much time just bragging and not really like doing the work. So it's saying that the turtle might have an advantage.
Yeah.
So example sentences, the moral of the fable is that you can be more successful by doing things slowly and steadily than by acting quickly and carelessly. That was the moral of the fable I just talked about.
Right. That's a good story for people to learn. Even though you can do something fast, it doesn't mean you'll do it well.
Exactly.
Okay, so this huge giant straw goat is in the middle of this town, and here it says in the article, yet the 13-meter tall Gävle goat's first appearance in 1966 sparked another unexpected custom. Okay, so first we have this custom of putting this goat up, right? And so every year this goat appears since 1966, in fact, but it also sparked another tradition in the town. Now, we use this verb spark, and that means to sort of cause the start of something, especially an argument or fighting. It sparked an argument. That means maybe Rainbow said something mean and it sparked a fight between us. That didn't really happen. And then here, what we're saying is that the first time this goat was put up, it began a new tradition, but it also started another tradition. Now, we'll find out what that means in a second. All right, so the custom of putting this special goat up in the city was one custom, but it also sparked another custom. Now, this noun is something that people in a large group, such as a society or in a sort of religion or something like that, all do. It's an action that these people all do because it is a part of the group's culture or traditions. For example, we could say, in this country, an important custom is to bring a gift when you are invited to someone's house. That's a good custom to have. Do you have that custom in your family or in your sort of society?
Okay, so there are many other places that have this custom. For example, Japan and Taiwan.
Okay.
We also bring gifts to other people, or sometimes we bring like moon cakes or like a wine or something. But actually in America it's very common to bring housewarming gifts to people when they have a new house, right? Something for your home.
To settle in and to sort of put up in your home to decorate it, something like that. Yeah, that's a good custom as well.
All right, so the next sentence says, many people now think of it as an informal challenge to try to burn down, knock over, or steal the large holiday figure. That's kind of strange, isn't it?
That's an interesting custom to sort of ruin the goat, I guess, or steal it. Huh.
So this is very interesting. Now we have the adjective informal, which is having a relaxed, friendly, or unofficial style or nature. So we have the prefix in, which means not. So we have formal, which is super serious, and informal, which means casual.
Right. So I guess when we're thinking about these two customs, sort of putting up this goat every year and the trying to steal the goat every year, the putting the goat up, that's more of a formal tradition. It's the government is putting this thing up so we can celebrate Christmas, but
official.
But every year somebody comes along and is like, I'm going to steal the goat, and that's more kind of relaxed or informal. Now let's go on in the article to find out more about this interesting custom. It says, for decades, the city has gone to great lengths to protect its goat from these threats, with differing rates of success. Okay, so a few words to talk about in there. Let's talk about the first one we saw, which is decade. We're saying 4 decades this happens. Now, decade is a noun, and it's a period of 10 years. When we talk about 3 decades then, for example, we're talking about 30 years.
Oh, long time.
All right, now as an example sentence, we could say, personal computers have been around for decades, and they've changed a lot since people first started using them.
All right, so we're going to introduce today's pocket phrase, go, to talk about to go to great extremes or go to great or extreme lengths. Let's go check that out.
Okay.